Hey there. So let's talk about something no one wants to admit. You're fried, crispy. Like, I just yelled at a stapler level of burnout. And here's the kicker. Your team, they're right behind you on that same road to exhaustion. Why? Because leaders don't just set strategy, they set pace and they set the tone. So let's get into it. Maybe you're a leader who is not only feeling the weight of your own overwhelm and burnout, but you're starting to realize, I think I'm passing this down the chain to the rest of my team. Not on purpose, of course, but leadership behaviors in their own insidious way are pretty contagious. Your stress leaks, your urgency spreads like wildfire, and your inability to stop working at 9 p.m. and firing off emails to anyone who will give you a thumbs up, that becomes the culture. So let's unpack why this happens and what we can start doing about it. Today, we're digging into the invisible forces driving your overwork, why you feel like you have to do everything right now, and the science behind that little voice chant cheering nonstop to you, just finish one more thing, just one more thing, one more thing. It's the worst chant cheer ever. All right, let's start with something called the Zeigarnik Effect. It's named after psychologist Zeigarnik, who noticed that waiters could remember unpaid orders much better than ones that were completed. The idea is simple. Our brains hold on to unfinished tasks like open browser tabs. They linger, they bug us, and they quietly drain our mental bandwidth. Now, check out this psychological ninja move. Combine these open loops with the planning fallacy, which is a cognitive bias where we consistently underestimate how long something will take, and boom, we've got the perfect storm for overwhelm and an urgency bias. Oh, sure, this will only take 5 minutes, said every leader ever, right before descending into a 90-minute spiral of Slack messages, inbox triage, and a spontaneous deck redesign. So here's what all this means. You're not lazy, you're not broken, you're certainly not a failure because you feel behind. You're operating in a psychological environment that rewards completion dopamine while constantly underestimating the time and energy required to complete pretty much everything. How can we live? And because you're the leader, you're modeling this for your team, unconsciously saying, this is what it takes to succeed here. Always on, always responsive, always producing, and always being frazzled. But you know what it really produces? Resentment, exhaustion, and very quietly, resignation letters. So what do? Well, let's begin again, shall we? Let's start here. First, we need to get comfortable being in the liminal space of being in progress, and also recognizing the parts of that progress that you actually control, which, if you're careful, you'll realize very quickly it isn't very much. Our identities are pretty funny, and start to believe that we, or me, are making everything happen single-handedly. So here's what you need to build. You need to build what I call completion confidence. That means learning to tolerate the discomfort of something being in progress, not finished, and having open loops from time to time. It means setting boundaries with your own brain about what truly requires its attention and what doesn't. Here's the real kicker. It also means knowing your worth is not measured in the number of tasks completed before lunch or how successful you may appear at doing so. I know, this was a tough one for me too. I mean, who wants to say they're ineffective and inefficient? No one. Yeesh. One of my favorite practices, start your day by identifying one meaningful task that you want to get completed. Now, I've talked about this before, and it's not rocket science, but starting your day by asking the question, what is the most important thing I want to take action on today, sets you up for some success at managing this psychology thing that goes on in our brain. This means the most meaningful thing for that day. And I'm willing to bet it isn't keeping up with every message on Teams or respond to every email that's sitting in my inbox. So just pick one, not 10, not 20, just one. And give yourself a full Pomodoro-style session to actually finish it without toggling to check your inbox. Meaning literally ignore everything else while you take a this is the most important thing to do vacation. It's so free. This isn't productivity porn. It's nervous system regulation. Because here's the truth. You're not here to be a machine. You're here to lead. And leadership means modeling something better, something sustainable. If you're constantly running on fumes, guess what? so is your team. But if you show them what it looks like to prioritize, to pause, to protect your energy like it actually matters, they'll follow you into a healthier way of working, and you'll be creating a culture that is grounded and sustainable. Remember, it only takes one. So you're not weak for needing rest. You're wise for recognizing the cost of burnout on you and everyone around you. And this is just the beginning. I think in one of my next videos, I'm going to talk about multitasking, one of my favorites. If you found this helpful, grab my free guide, The Easy Values Toolkit. Sometimes it isn't about what we're doing, it's also about knowing why we're doing it. So grab it at the link in the description below. And drop me a line about what works great with your team to manage the urgency trap and practice completion confidence. And hey, hit subscribe to get more great stuff on how to thrive in the 9 to 5 and beyond. Happy thriving!